Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Adam. If you love luxury fashion, then definitely love my channel. So make sure you like, subscribe, and check out my Instagram below for all of the latest updates. And today, let's get right into it. In today's video, I'm so excited because we finally have a brand new edition of Vogue. I do have the April edition of the magazine, and as you know, I do have an entire playlist where I review Vogue every single month, but I haven't been able to find a new magazine for a good like 6 months. So I'm so excited we finally get to go over this again. So without any further ado, let's take a look at what's hot and what's not. We are back with an amazing Vogue review, and this month is the cover of April's edition with the one and only Gigi Hadid. Of course, we know we love Gigi, and in this magazine, we will see the many lives of Gigi. Immediately on the second page, I was so impressed because Ralph Lauren, I will admit, as the years have been going on and as I've been doing these reviews, I am gravitating more towards Ralph Lauren just because he is more on like the quiet and subdued side. However, the guy on the left totally won my heart, so immediately this totally deserves to be second page. Third page is really, really cute, totally giving Hamptons vibes, but also like a very rich villa in England as well. But I'm totally getting the Hamptons. What do you think? Do you think this is more Hamptons vibe or more London vibe? Dior was looking absolutely so beautiful. Now I have to comment on that trench coat with the leather sleeves. It's actually so amazingly sexy. However, the heels with it, I do like the heels, but because of the stripes going along the side, it does kind of remind me of like a Balenciaga Adidas collaboration or a Puma. I'm really bad with like actual regular brands like that, like Nike and Puma, so I always get confused by those lines, but whichever brand has those lines, totally like that. Zendaya, of course, looking amazingly perfect in the Bulgari, and I have to say that these are really, really cool because these actually kind of look like snakes in a way. So they look like perfect, simple, rounded bracelets, but they kind of do have a snake-like texture to it. So proud to say we have Prada, however, the Prada is not really giving in this magazine. This is actually looking like thrift store retro chic, but the silver dress on the left with like the black dots kind of giving a little futuristic like Jetsons vibes, but still I feel like all of this is from like the 70s except the black and white sweater with the white stripes. This is very like, 2000s vibe. Valentino actually made me so happy just because I love the creativity behind this photo. One, I love the grandma florals on the wallpaper, but also look how she's actually throwing the face of Waller and the flowers onto the other girl. So that had to be such a fun photo shoot, and they had probably only one take to do this because as soon as that Waller hits her, girl, game over. Unless they photoshopped the water and she just pretended to like throw water out of the face. I'm not exactly sure, but the fashion is giving, and let's just take a moment to recognize the giant cat head sitting next to her. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Is that like a bag or is that like a furry moment? I'm not exactly sure, but comment down below if you know. And Cleef, I have to say that the ladybug always gets me. I say it every single time. I should really try to actually get my mom one of these ladybugs. I say it all the time, but have I actually looked into it? I have not, but really, really cute and really pretty. Omega, I was thinking about getting a watch. Obviously not an Omega watch, it would be a Versace watch, but Versace, they do have this new one, which is so subtle and like so cute because this is the perfect time to showcase you the Versace one. Marc Jacobs, I have to say that I kind of do like the bag on the right side with the blue dress. However, the blue dress, I don't really like it because I get what they're going for like the silhouette and structure of the chest. However, I don't think it's executed correctly. Kind of reminds me of like in Mean Girls when Regina George gets her tank top cut and her bra shows. This is like if you cut out that part of the bra and you put it on top of your dress. So it's kind of like a reverse moment of that, but I don't really think it's executed perfectly. Now we can see the index of this Vogue's magazine, all of the selections it does have to offer. One, that silhouette and that shape, that is so funny, honestly, because that's how I look on a daily basis, especially in winter, because I have like this tiniest little legs. However, my coats are so ginormous. That is totally given like Adam vibes. However, Dolce & Gabbana, I have to say, looks very sexy, and it actually kind of looks like Lisa Rinna. Michael Kors, I have to say, I am more impressed with Michael Kors than Marc Jacobs, which is actually surprising because Michael Kors is cheaper than Marc Jacobs, but yet Marc Jacobs is at a higher price point, and his clothing is a little eh. But Michael Kors, like, it's more runway, it's more fashion, it's more couture-esque, And I kind of think Michael Kors is getting better than Marc Jacobs. Giorgio Armani, of course you know I love to play on the Versace and Armani beef from the 90s and 80s. However, I did decide to include this Armani one because one, it is cute, yes, but also Versace keeps stealing everything from me. So I decided to give a shout out to Armani. We do have the letter from the editor talking a little bit about Gigi's decade. So cute. So, you know, if you would like to read this, just give it a cute little pause. Veronica Beard, I've heard the name before. I think I've seen the clothes in like a Neiman Marcus, if I'm not mistaken. The clothes are really pretty, but I don't like the name Beard. Veronica Beard. I just think like Veronica's beard, like, you know, like the hair lady from the circus. But, you know, just comment down below how you feel about the name of the brand. Uni and Burke, I love to show this because it does look cute, but I'm really interested on your opinions. Do you think Dooney and Burke is like luxury fashion, or is it just like contemporary or just like basic? Because here in America, I have never really like heard about this brand, or I don't even think people really care about this brand. But overseas, it seems to be like a thing, like how Marc Jacobs is here. Dooney and Burke would be like their Marc Jacobs and Michael Kors, I'd say. But also like MCM. Apparently MCM is like a big thing. But here in America, I'm just like, girl, that is not for me. But tell me how you feel about MCM, Dooney, and Burke, and do you think they're luxury or not? This photo right here, I'm not exactly sure what it is, but it does say born to soar above the clouds. It is in Dubai. I think this is just part of like their famous buildings that go over the clouds. Because the thing about Dubai is they have the tallest skyscrapers to where they actually go above the clouds, to where when you're on like the penthouse, you're over the clouds. It's like mind-boggling to me. But how scary would that be? I don't think any human is supposed to just like be sitting up that high. Now we do have the contributors as well. So if you would like to go ahead, give this a pause, you can give this a nice read. We do have an article called Funhouse with the new creative director of Moschino. I'm really interested to see where Moschino's going to go because I love Jeremy Scott. He is just like the essence of Moschino. So the fact that he's not there anymore, I'm just like, I feel like it's such a loss for the brand. We do have more of the continuation of the article, and I did quickly see the name Alexander McQueen, Miu Miu, Louis Vuitton, Chloe, and most recently Loewe. So I don't know what it means in the context because I didn't really read the article. Oh, now I see Balenciaga and Celine quickly snowballed others into 4,000 pieces in their archive. Okay, so this sounds interesting. So yeah, you know, read it. Now, this brand right here, I don't know how to pronounce the name. Let's go give it a try. La Lagens. Okay, so if I want to say Balenciaga, but it's not Balenciaga. It's Laense. Laense? Maybe like Laense. Okay, so I'm gonna go with Laense. Tell me if I am right below. But this brand is actually really, really cool, and they have a lot of good men's cashmere pieces. I'm actually trying to shop from this brand a lot because this is actually old money. So this is a really, really good brand. Very expensive cashmere, however, though. So comment down below if you know it. I have members only. I think this talks about art, if I'm not mistaken. But something down here, it says, in good company, for as long as humanity has liked his sweat ill. We'd like to do it together. Ew, what am I reading? Okay, well, if you want to read whatever this is, you can go ahead and read what this is. But for me, I mainly included this in the picture because of the cat. Look how cute the cat is. You know, if there's a cat, even if it's an ad, it gets featured in my Vogue review. But now we have the book section. So, you know me, I actually do like reading books, as strange as that may seem to a couple people. However, I just don't really have the time to. But my mom loves reading books. She would actually have an entire bedroom, just a library, and she would have the largest library. But if you want to, you know, take some good books home, here are some selections. Now, this article right here, I have to say, she is totally giving me Parker Posey from the movie Party Girl. Now, I will be honest, Party Girl, it's not really a great movie, but of course her character is good. Her character is really the only good thing about it. However, she does wear a lot of fashion in the movie, a lot of vintage Chanel as well. But let's just take a minute to recognize Parker Posey for this season's White Lotus because, oh, she is so perfect in White Lotus. She's like the new Jennifer Coolidge, and I'm so happy she's finally getting attention because she has always been like one of my ride or dies. So I'm just so happy to actually see her getting so well known now. and it's just so great. So let's all take a moment to say her famous line, "No, Piper, no, tsunami, Buddhism, it's a cult, a boat people." Oh my god, it's such a good accent. Parker Posey actually said she studied the mom from Southern Charm, the reality show, so, she really picked up her accent, and she just did such a phenomenal job. I just couldn't with Parker Posey. But wow, what a moment. No, Piper, no. Now we have a picture of me realizing I'm not going to be in White Lotus Season 4. Now we get to Gigi Hadid's main article. So, one, this car, very Cruella de Vil. Love it. Love how I am seeing some fur on her outfit. Would I say she should be an all fur? I totally would say that. However, just so beautiful anyway. On the second page, we do have this very Great Gatsby. I mean, I actually think she'd be a wonderful cast for Daisy in Great Gatsby, would she not, if they ever remade it? This backless dress is absolutely so gorgeous. I love this one so much. But again, we do have the article, so you can go ahead and read it. To be honest, this article was so good. Bella just had to go ahead and give it a read, but then she changed her mind. She was like, ugh, I'm over reading. But she did decide to lay down with me and enjoy this Vogue review. More of these beautiful gowns. Now, it's actually Dior as well, just in case you're wondering. Some beautiful Dior gowns, darling. Then last but not least, we do have one more page of the Gigi article if you'd like to give it a read. But we do have one more photo shoot with her too. Now this actually looks like a haunted house in like England. Yeah, doesn't this look like a chateau or something that's like haunted and broken down? Very, very creepy. However, this one, for some reason, I don't know why, it's making me think of Furbies. I'm not entirely sure why. But I'm thinking of like a haunted Furby that does like magic with crystal balls. That's what this outfit is giving me. But comment down below, do you see it? Just put like a Furby's head on her and tell me if you see it. Well, apparently we have one more page with words on it. However, I do have to say that Gigi Hadid, she actually looks like that one girl from White Lotus Season 3 as well, Lori. Now, I will be honest, Lori is my least favorite character in the show. I just think she is just such like, ugh, you know? However, I do like Jacqueline, and even the Texas one is more fun than the other Lori. But comment down below, who's your favorite in White Lotus Season 3? This page, darling, absolutely elegance. Elegance to the core. Very, very classy, if I must say so. Now, we must pay attention to the crocodile Kelly bag that she is wearing. And I think it's in the perfect size, too, because I think that is a size 28. Ah, look at the 28 Kelly. Oh, it's so gorgeous, isn't it not? Oh, the things I would do for a Kelly daughter. So now we have David Hockney's painting, and apparently he worked with Louis Vuitton. It's now at a new exhibition at Paris Foundation. And I think this is really cute, actually. This looks like it would actually be on a Keepall bag, to be honest. Kind of like the Fan Go one that they had. I will go ahead and give you a minute to pause this, so you go ahead and read the article. But I do like how it does say, less is known than people think. Less is known. Oh, it's okay. It says it 3 times. Okay, never mind. It just says 1 time. But, you get the idea. Now, these pictures, I like the top one. I don't like the bottom one because the bottom left, it's just like, ew to me, makes me cringe. But the top actually does look super cute. I like it. It's like a cute little farmhouse. Now, I'm very surprised because usually, like, the Garden State page and, like, the last call page is at the end of the magazine, but it's actually right here. So these 2 bags, I do think these are very cute. I think the green one on the left side would totally be in Sex and the City. I could definitely see that with, like, an Oscar de la Renta dress. However, on the next page, look at this Chanel bag. Now, I will admit, the Chanel bag, it's kind of an eyesore because it's too much. I don't know what's really going on here because it's all kind of getting lost in the flowers around it. But I can tell you right now that this is definitely a collector's piece. This is just so cute and so precious. And I love Chanel. I want a Chanel so badly. If you missed it, I actually took my fake Chanel bag to Chanel and compared it to the real one. However, I do have a real trendy. I always have to clarify that because my trendy gets so mad at me. Now we have the Get. So the Get is everything you must get, darling. However, I do have to say that the only good thing on this page, I mean, the Balenciaga City bags, like, okay, great, I like them, only in black, obviously, though. I'd have it, very Lindsay Lohan. The Fendi Baguette on the bottom of the page, very cute. Would I buy it? I wouldn't. I would just get a different one with the Fendi prints on it. However, the Ferragamo bag on the right side, at the bottom, the giant blue bag, I really do like these bags. I think this is like the only item to really get out of all of this. Would I get this bag? I would, but it's just way too expensive. For me, I just wouldn't spend like 4,000 on a Ferragamo bag when I could spend 4,000 at like Chanel or Versace. But if this was like 2,000, maybe even like 1,000, then maybe I'd have it. Now, before we get to the last section of glamour and glitz, I will be going ahead and going over these couple of pages of the rest of the article. If you would like to read these, feel free, give the screen a pause and read to your little heart's desire. We got a good, cute little like 3 pages of these articles. However, if you're like me and you're ready to move on, well, let's look at a Louis Vuitton bag. Okay, so the back of the magazine is a little weird. Now, we do have the last look with this gorgeous Louis Vuitton bag with the 2025 collection. This is a very beautiful piece featuring 7,500 crystals attached to this bag. Absolutely amazing. However, next to it, you do see this cute little house, but the house is an ad, and it actually extends outward to like a 3-pager. So, to be honest, I am very surprised because that means the specific brand had to put so much money into this for their advertisement, not only just to get this 3-pager, but when you close it, you do get it on the back as well. So, that is, big money there for that advertising because never in my life have I seen the back of a Vogue magazine that didn't have like Dior or Prada or some fabulous brand, but instead we have, I don't know how to pronounce it, but we will. In 150 years, I bet nobody's pronounced this brand as Audemars Piguet. Audemars Piguet. So, the great goes on. Oh, nope, it says the beat goes on. So for this magazine, I do have to say that of all the Vogues that I have reviewed, this is probably like my least favorite edition. I do really like this picture though. I do think that's really cute. However, it's the Furby picture that gets me. I don't know what it is about this specific picture, but just, with the Furby head on it, it's just so perfect and just like so legit. But I don't know why, but because of this is honestly my favorite part of the magazine. But definitely comment down below, what was your favorite part of this magazine? What was your favorite photo? And how do you feel about that Furby? But again, thank you so much for watching. I truly do appreciate it. And you, make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below, and have a great day. Au revoir.